you know, it's not really about what other people are doing. For me, I'd rather just be the best that I can be. I learned this: life's not about winning the race. It's about running the mile in under 4 minutes. You just gotta work on your game. And believe it or not, the biggest competitors in the world are a lot less worried about the competition than you might think.
People believe they are competing, but they are not even in the right arena. They spend their energy watching others, measuring progress through external results, and adjusting their effort based on what someone else is doing. And without realizing it, they lose the one battle that actually matters. Because the real competition has never been external. It has always been internal. Kayvon Asemani points out something that most people overlook. The moment you focus on beating others, you become reactive. Your effort is no longer driven by your own standard, but by someone else's pace. You speed up when they move, you slow down when they disappear, and over time, your direction becomes unstable. You begin to measure your value through position instead of progress. You care more about where you stand than how you are improving. And that shift changes everything, because position is temporary, but development is permanent. The dangerous part is that this habit feels productive. It feels like awareness. It feels like motivation. But in reality, it is distraction. It pulls your attention away from the only variable you fully control, which is your own behavior. Because at the end of the day, you are not competing against someone else's highlight. You are competing against your own inconsistency. And until that becomes clear, you will keep chasing the wrong target.
Working really hard every day to be better in so many other ways: a better parent, better husband, better coach, teammate, friend, person. And I promise you, even though what you see here is very visible in terms of the challenges that I face, everybody here has something that they're fighting, and it may be visible, it may not be. But please take some time and focus on you instead of others. And I bet you can win those challenges and really start accomplishing so many great things.
The problem with comparison is not just that it distracts you. The deeper issue is that it creates a false standard that has nothing to do with your actual potential. When you compare yourself to others, you are not measuring growth. You are measuring position, and position is influenced by variables you do not control, including timing, environment, background, and opportunity. Furness highlights a critical shift that most people resist. If you want to overcome real challenges, you must remove the habit of measuring yourself against others entirely. Because as long as your reference point is external, your sense of progress will always be unstable. You will feel ahead one moment and behind the next, not because your ability changed, but because your comparison point did. That instability weakens focus. Because instead of committing to your own development, you start adjusting your effort based on what you see around you. You become reactive. You speed up when you feel behind, not because your standard demands it, but because your ego cannot tolerate the gap. And when you feel ahead, you relax, not because the work is complete, but because you believe you have done enough. This is how inconsistency is created. Your effort is no longer tied to what is required. It is tied to how you feel in relation to others. And that is unreliable. Real growth requires a different system. You measure yourself against your previous state. You evaluate your habits, your discipline, and your execution based on whether they are improving, not whether they are outperforming someone else. That shift removes distraction and replaces it with responsibility. Because once the comparison is internal, there is nowhere to hide. You cannot blame someone else's progress. You cannot justify your lack of discipline by pointing outward. The only question that remains is whether you are better than you were before. And that question demands a real answer.
When I compare myself to other people, I always look at the time frame instead of a particular time moment. In today's fast culture, we want everything to be so fast. We order something online, we want them to be delivered in 1 second. We post something online, right? We want the reactions, we want the likes right away. Indeed, we should be grateful that technology has speed up a lot of things.
Over time, it shifts your focus away from growth and turns it into evaluation. Instead of asking whether you are improving, you begin asking whether you are enough. And that question is dangerous because it has no stable answer when it depends on other people. Manto Ip explains that comparison becomes toxic when it turns into identity. When you constantly measure yourself against others, you start defining your worth based on outcomes you do not fully control. You see someone ahead and you feel behind. You see someone succeed and you question your own path. And without realizing it, your confidence becomes dependent on external movement. That is not confidence. That is instability. Because your identity is no longer built on your own actions. It is built on how you rank against others. And rankings change constantly. There will always be someone faster, someone stronger, someone more advanced. So if that is your standard, you will always feel incomplete. This is where the real damage happens. You begin to lose clarity, you lose direction, you lose the ability to focus on your own process. Because your attention is divided between what you should be doing and what everyone else is doing. And that division weakens your execution. You start second-guessing decisions, changing direction too often, and abandoning paths that require time simply because someone else appears to be ahead. This is how potential is wasted, not through lack of ability, but through lack of focus. Because the moment your energy is split, your progress slows down. And the more it slows down, the more you compare, creating a cycle that keeps you stuck. Breaking that cycle requires something most people avoid. You have to stop looking sideways completely. And once you do, your attention returns to where it always should have been. On you. At some point, all the noise has to be cut off completely. Not reduced, not managed, but removed. Because as long as your attention is divided between your own path and someone else's progress, you will never operate at full capacity. You will always hesitate, always question, always adjust based on something that has nothing to do with your own standards. And that hesitation is where most people lose. Because growth does not require constant evaluation. It requires consistent execution. It requires you to show up, do the work, and improve your own baseline without needing confirmation from the outside. But that only happens when you stop observing others as a reference point and start holding yourself accountable to a standard that does not change based on what you see. This is where the shift becomes final. You stop asking where you stand, and you start asking whether you are progressing. You stop measuring outcomes against other people, and you start measuring effort against your own capability. You stop reacting, and you start building. Because the only comparison that actually produces growth is the one that forces you to confront your own behavior. Were you more disciplined than yesterday? Were you more focused? Did you execute at a higher level? Or did you repeat the same patterns? Those are the questions that create pressure. And that pressure creates progress. Because once your standard becomes internal, there is no escape. There is no distraction. There is no way to hide behind someone else's pace. There is only your effort, your habits, and your results. And that is where real development happens. Not in competition with others, but in confrontation with yourself.